Well, Stephen, let's look at the game first. How do you get the players kind of out of that end of season mindset some of us might be in and get them focused on trying to win those 3 points?
I don't think I have to. Last home game, I think, to give the fans a little reward as well. Everybody say thank you and, go away in a positive atmosphere. I think the boys have been motivated. We've got boys in that team and I'm putting a stronger lineup as I possibly can. Boys that are going to be here next year and looking at certain aspects that I might look at. And I think people will be highly motivated and make sure they finish in a positive manner and a good result.
We know there will be some farewells tomorrow as well. What can you tell us about who will be leaving and what can you say about them?
Well, Tom Aldred, it'll be his last game for the club. Carl McHugh, 2 boys who I have so much time and respect for. Carl captained the club to 2 cup finals. Doesn't get the credit he deserves for what he does. Maybe he doesn't have a sexy name, but he's a very, very good footballer. People talk about tough boys in football. Carl's a tough boy and a great boy, and he will go with our well wishes. He's moving on to pastures new. That'll probably change his life, and I wish him all the best. And Tom the same. Tom probably epitomises what we are. We pick people up from League 2 and Conference. Wasn't playing, wasn't well liked down there, was having a hard time, and we put an arm around them, give them a little bit of confidence, coach them, and give them a platform to do what he done. And again, Tom's going to go to pastures new, but again, life-changing pastures, different part of the world. And I wish him all the very best, and someone the 2 boys I'll keep in touch with. Again, Alex Goran will leave. Curtis Main will leave. Alex we seen in a 5-a-side, so that's the type of players we pick up. Never really established himself anywhere. 6 good months for ourselves, and he's gone on to different things. So that's our model. You have to accept that, and these boys go with very much my best wishes. Obviously it's been well documented. Jake will leave, and again, young players have got decisions, and Jake's made the decision, and we wish him all the very best with it. We hope it works out. But what we've got is a lot of players that have stayed. We've lost one of the young boys coming through, but we've signed David Turnbull, we've signed Liam Grimshaw again, we're talking to Alan Campbell, which will be done soon. We've signed Adam Livingston, we've signed Barry Maguire, we've signed James Scott. We've got David Devine and Dean Cornelius in the squad tomorrow who may feature. So there's a lot of positives, and unfortunately people only see the one negative thing when there's so many positives about the football club, as I've said about the different aspects of how we approach our signings and how we take the club forward.
Let's delve into it a little bit deeper. First on the boys that are leaving. I guess it's no secret there are boys that we would like to have stayed in an ideal world, but that is a model, isn't it? It's career rehab for some boys, if you like.
Yeah, in a way. The players that we were able to sign, there's a very small pool of players. They want to come to Scotland. Out of ignorance, really, I have to be honest, because the game isn't sold enough. It isn't promoted as well as it should be. Down in England, they don't really understand the level of the media coverage, the spotlighted covers, the stadiums, the fans. And I'm a big advocate of Scottish football, and I wasn't before I come because I was ignorant to it. I think a lot of players are, but they've come and they've turned their careers around. We find people aren't playing football. Nobody we've signed was getting games in League 2. Anybody that we brought in was playing regular football, were conference players, and not all of them work. We know that in the area we're scratching. We're probably doing it with 4 and 5 other clubs from Scotland as well, but we've managed to get a lot of boys, turn them round. Cedric, Ben Hennigan, Louis Mould, Marvin Johnson, Tom Aldred now, he epitomises, as I said, what we try and do. Carl McHugh, and they'll go and they'll get life-changing moves. They'll get areas of the world that maybe wouldn't have gotten to see before, and it's great for them, and it's great for the football club. And people talk about how we do it. They talk about models that they're working to, and we do it with a minimal amount of money, but what we do it is with very good people. We've got a staff, a fantastic staff, and the coaching staff are second to none for me at this league. And when they come up, I think the proof's in the pudding with the young players that are coming through, and the ones that have come, the ones that have left, the ones that are currently in the team, and the ones that could potentially be in the team. I think everyone deserves a huge amount of credit with that, and that's what we do. That's what we'll continue to do.
Have you got what you expected out of the young boys? You've kind of thrown into things in the last few weeks and given you food for thought?
Yeah. What I always say to the young boys is, don't go and make your debut to put it on Twitter and Facebook and all the social media that young boys are into. Go and make a dent in it. Go and do what David Turnbull done. Go and do what Alan Campbell done. Go and do what Chris Cadden done. Surround yourself with these people, and some are further forward than others. There's going to be, there's 3 or 4 young boys that'll be involved tomorrow. May get on, may not, and they're the next ones. And it's how do they take on board what we're telling them? They're training in a first team environment every day now. They've got a brilliant staff working with them, in Mo and Laz and Hinchy. Andy Bowles, our strength and conditioning. We've got a fantastic medical staff as well. So there's so many positives about this football club that don't get told often enough, and yeah, we do it on a shoestring budget, but every penny we have goes back towards making the football club good, be competitive, and ultimately for first team players, for boys to get into the first team and win football matches.
And obviously progress as well on bringing in reinforcements for next season. You've already got 3 tied up. Is there any more on the horizon?
Yeah, we've got 3, and they've got a fight in their hands to get in the team. I don't guarantee anybody will play football. I remember an older manager said to me, if you sign and we don't sign players for 10 million, by the way, just in case anybody was wondering. But if you sign a player for 10 million and it makes your £1 million striker better, and he rises to the fore, then that's a good signing. And I think some of the signings are that. They give somebody a little kick in the backside sometimes. They're not guaranteed to play. You drag another 5% out of them, and sometimes, I sign players. David Turnbull kept established players out of the team at the start of the season, that were in the team. We've had the captain of the club not getting the game, and his attitude's been tremendous. We've got players that have just pushed on that possibly weren't expected to. James Scott's held his own in the first team and kept established players out of the team. So by signing players is by no means they have to play, but what it does is strengthen the squad to make sure that it's keeping pushing people forward.
2 more perhaps in the door in the coming weeks? Yeah,
we've definitely agreed one. One will be announced on Tuesday. We're losing both our holding midfielders in Carl and Alex. So I think it's an important signing for us. We've got another wide player coming in who's very quick, coming from a non-league environment that we think we can make better and put him into this environment. So I'll announce both those in due course. I've also got Liam Donnelly in the building, who he didn't hit the ground running. He's the first to admit he didn't come and expect the intensity or the pace of the game up here, the strength needed, and he's got injured a lot because his body wasn't ready for it. But there's a boy there with tremendous amount of talent that we haven't seen enough of yet. He's played as number 6 for Northern Ireland. He's played at full international level. He's played under 21 level and had great success to it. So perhaps we'll look at that tomorrow before we look outside what's already in the building.
And just finally, we've shifted 4,000 free kids tickets for tomorrow. It could be a really positive atmosphere here to end the season. Yeah,
the fans are the lifeblood of the football club. And getting them kids in the door. We might just retain 500 of them. You never know. Their parents might come back. They might demand to go, and they'll buy programmes, they'll buy bits and pieces, merchandise, and it all adds to what we're doing at the football club. And really to create a positive atmosphere, which there is. Almost every week there's a real positive atmosphere, and we never talk about the positives. We only hear the negative things. There's so many positive fans around here. I see people that inspire me all the time. Around the football club, and I think it's an opportunity tomorrow. First and foremost, the players have to provide that. But for the fans to get behind the team, show the new young fans that are here that can be such a good atmosphere, and it can be a way of life, and suddenly we gain another set of supporters and keep taking the club forward.
Thanks, Stephen.
Okay.